I'm Amy Jones, and I'm the Director of Philanthropy here at Royal Neighbors of America, and I'd like to welcome you to this virtual presentation. I want to take care of a few housekeeping items here before we get started. We will be recording today's session, and we have muted all participants and attendees so that we can ensure the best sound quality for the presentation. However, if you have a question or you want to provide any good wishes to Brittany, we have the chat function there at the bottom. You can click on chat and you can send a message to Brittany privately or to all of us, to everyone, and we welcome you to do that. We will also be posting about today's recipient on our social media channels. The post will contain a link to a short article on our online magazine where you can learn more about Brittany's work. Also, if you would like to share any of this good news on your own social channels, feel free to use that article to share that as well. Or you can follow Royal Neighbors on Instagram and Facebook and in LinkedIn. Now it's my pleasure to introduce Lena Holland, who is our Director of HR, who will be leading today's presentation. Lena?
Thank you, Amy. Good afternoon, and thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to join us. I'm pleased to welcome you to this Nation of Neighbors presentation. For those of you who are new to Royal Neighbors, we are a community-minded life insurance and annuity organization. This year, we're celebrating the 125th anniversary of our founding by 9 visionary women back in 1895 who recognized the need to ensure the lives of women and children and the importance of localized philanthropy. We are a fraternal organization, so when you join Royal Neighbors, you become a member of our family over 215,000 strong. As a member, you have access to our financial protection products and many special programs. We call this Insurance with a Difference. One such program is our signature women's empowerment program called Nation of Neighbors. Although Nation of Neighbors has evolved and grown through the years since we started in 2007, the premise of what we're doing has not. It's about empowering women. It's about providing financial assistance in the form of grants to individuals who have a plan to start or expand a business or organization that helps women and girls. Our members, agents, and chapter leaders nominate women who are doing amazing things right in their own backyards, where they can and do make a difference. A panel of past recipients, members, and community leaders reviews the nominations and makes recommendations for the grants. We have crossed the $2 million mark in the amount we have awarded to individuals across the country to do a variety of things. Some of these include send care packages to our military personnel overseas, make food and groceries available to the homeless and food insecure, and provide STEM classes for young girls and teens. Today, we're here to honor Brittany Day, co-chair of the Sandhills, North Carolina chapter of Star Legacy Foundation. Following the stillbirth of her twins, Sophie and Ruby, Brittany began channeling her grief into raising money to promote education for safe pregnancy and stillbirth prevention and supporting other women who have struggled with infant loss. She plans to use the grant to expand the availability of educational resources in partnership with local hospitals and to produce a book that speaks directly to children about coping with loss. The compassion and caring shown by Brittany in turning her focus from her own loss towards helping others is inspiring. I'm pleased to introduce Brittany Day, a 2020 Nation of Neighbors grant recipient. Brittany, would you please open the box containing your award and the grant check?
All right. I actually got my daughter. She's going to help me open it. So here she is. I'm a little closer. All right. We're going to open. We're going to open this side. Okay, so it is sideways, so I'm gonna see if I can figure out which one is the top. Is the top a jacket?
I think that's the bottom, but that's okay. You can just dig through there or flip it over if you like.
No,
Sorry.
it's the top. The jacket's the top.
Ooh, that's cute. So, all right, this is the award. There we go. There. The plaque. Oh, that's cute. That is cute. Oh, here we go. What's that say? $10,000. Thank you so much, guys. That is amazing.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Brittany, if you would please share a few words with us and what this grant will mean to your work.
I'm sorry?
Could you share a few words with us on what this grant will
Yes.
mean for your work?
Yes, I prepared a few words so I wouldn't fumble around with everything. First of all, I want to say that Royal Neighbors has really been there for us since the beginning of our charity work. I first started doing a year after we lost Sophie and Ruby, we started doing the Bowl for Babies, which is our annual fundraiser. And at that point, I was raising money for Star Legacy, but I hadn't officially joined in a capacity that I was ready for because I wanted to make sure that I was in a right headspace with my grief to be able to help others. So first of all, thank you so much for all the support that we've received over the years. And this is just a huge honor to get this money. Just a couple things, multiple times a year, multiple times a day, actually, families across the world are hearing the words, "I'm sorry, there's no heartbeat." In North Carolina alone, we have 800 stillbirths a year and another 800 losses before the baby hits their first birthday. I did not know the amount that we were seeing in North Carolina until I heard those words myself and started kind of diving into reasons why and, different things like that. When we first found out that Sophie and Ruby had died, one of the first things I did after coming home was I wanted to make a plan. We were given a day or so before we had to deliver them. And so I wanted to come up with a plan, and that plan, I wanted to know exactly what was going to happen. And what I found from my research is there wasn't really much out there. Ultimately, the hospital gave me some bare minimal information, and it was kind of fly the seat of your pants while dealing with such a loss. Let's see. Yeah. So when we were preparing, we had to quickly prepare for delivery. We also had to schedule funeral arrangements with a local funeral company, contact family, and trying to work some kind of grief in there all at the same time while still being in a complete state of shock. It was not only heartbreaking for myself and my family, but after time passed, I realized there wasn't enough information locally out there for these families that are dealing with this loss. So now, since working with Star Legacy, I was able to get some pamphlets out to the local hospital. And we're so happy because this grant is a lot of money, and we will be able to and send that out to the hospitals that we already have. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you. I lost your video. I don't know if anyone else can see it. Oh, you're back. Yeah.
Okay. So to be able to provide that information to these local hospitals and get everything set up is just an honor, because I know what it looks like on the other end to not have that information. And then we want to use the grant money also to contact local doctors to prevent stillbirths and promote safe pregnancies, let them know what the risks are associated with stillbirths and ultimately infant deaths after that, and go from there. But of course, our favorite project that we're super excited about is our children's grief book that me and my daughter actually wrote together. And we wrote it soon after Sophie and Ruby died. And when we told her that the babies died, of course, she was heartbroken. But the words that will stick with me for the rest of my life was her saying, "But I still wanted to be a big sister." And so, when she said that, I knew, because I dealt with my own sibling grief. I had a brother that died when I was young. And so I knew that I needed to channel her grief and make sure that that was fostered and taken care of while still handling my own. So making that book and showing the positive spin on you can still be a big sister, and our babies are incorporated in so many different things that we do in our life that, it's nice to have that information out to other families so that they can see that once your baby dies, it's not end all be all. You can still talk about your baby and it's safe, and you can still incorporate them in your daily life and going forward. We are so honored to be given this grant today, and to be able to use this to help local families going forward. I personally want to thank my friends and family who have joined and that have supported us along the way, because they know what I've been through. They have seen it firsthand, and they've helped us, whether it's, just coming to say, "Hey, how are you doing?" or to make sure that Sophie and Ruby are brought up in family conversations and are always counted. When grandparents count their grandkids, Sophie and Ruby are always counted in that. And that is, very important to me and my little family, because they are always counted in our family. Yeah, and thank you for supporting me on how we parent our children that are no longer with us. And the way that I choose to parent my children that aren't with us is to go out and help other families and keep their memories alive, and know that at some point that will help other people. And I have been able to help other people and, get that back in return. We always want to make our children proud of us, whether they're living or not. And this is one of the only ways that I can think of to help make Sophie and Ruby proud of me as their mother, is to go out and, do this work in honor of them. So thank you. Thank you to everybody here. Thank you to Royal Neighbors, of course, for helping us along the way. And I'm just kind of in shock a little bit. So I'm glad I did write some stuff down, but I did fumble through it a little bit. But thank you to everybody here and everybody at Royal Neighbors. I really do appreciate it. And we'll definitely be able to help families a lot with this amount of money.
Wonderful. Thank you. You're an inspiration to us. You were an inspiration to the judging panel, and we can't wait to share your story with more people so they can see the wonderful work that you're doing in your local community. So that concludes our presentation for today. I encourage you to visit our website to learn more about Royal Neighbors and specifically about the other recipients. There are 10 other recipients this year. Royal Neighbors awarded 11 awards this year, and you can find more information about them on our website. I also encourage you to join Royal Neighbors and get active. We have a variety of philanthropy programs, not just Nation of Neighbors, where you can volunteer for the things that matter to you, just like Brittany. And check out our insurance and annuity products. A thriving business is what enables us to be able to do wonderful things like today's award. I have posted some of the links that I mentioned in the chat if you would like to take a look at those. And thank you again for joining us, and congratulations, Brittany.